Hi there. If you found this video, it's because you're looking for the answer to the question, why is it when I like someone, they never like me back? And when someone likes me, I'm just not interested. And the good news is I do have the answer. But before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Jess McCann. I'm an author and I'm a coach for life and love. My newest book just came out. It's called Cursed: Why You Still Don't Have the Relationship You Want and the 5 Cures That Can Transform Your Love Life. So what gives? Why is it that when you're interested in someone and you find them attractive, they don't have any interest in really dating you? And why is it that when someone comes on to you and expresses that they'd like to get to know you and actually looks like they want a relationship with you, you're turned off and you might even feel smothered and completely pull away? Well, this is something that happens to a lot of people. And if you're starting to worry that you might be single forever, it's good that you found this video, because what's going on is completely within your control and can be changed. It's not that you have a certain attraction to people and the people that you're attracted to just don't happen to be attracted back. That's not what is happening. What's happening is that you have a bad habit. And you probably have never even thought about it before, because when we think of habits, we think of things like leaving the toilet seat up or biting our nails, smoking, habits that we can see, habits that are physical. But this is not a habit like that. What I'm talking about is a mind habit. You have a mind habit that is drawing you to certain types of people. And that's what we're going to talk about right now, is what is this habit that has you gravitating towards people that aren't that interested in you and pushing away from those that actually want to get to know you? I call this habit chronic wanting. What is chronic wanting? It's your mind is in a pattern where you're constantly looking for something that you can obtain to make you feel happy and good about yourself. So that outside a relationship, that can look like always wanting a new pair of shoes or a new purse, or always looking to upgrade your phone or buy a new car. You're constantly looking for what's next to get on your wish list. You're never satisfied and at peace with what you have right now. You're always thinking about, what do you want? You probably have been excited about that new car that you bought or the new handbag. But once you get it, that feeling doesn't last. So then all of a sudden you need to look around and go, well, what else can I want? What else can I get? And then you start pursuing that. Now, in a relationship or in dating, this can be very dangerous because 2 outcomes occur. Either you start looking at people and craving them, and then once you start dating them, you start to lose interest because there's the excitement, that thrill of wanting doesn't last. The second thing that can happen is that subconsciously you start choosing people that you know you can't have because they will always make you want. And that's how you can stay single for a very long time. So why are you doing this to yourself? Why have you created this habit to constantly want things or want people? Well, it all comes down with yourself and your feelings of peace within yourself. And what I mean by that is that some people are very at peace with themselves. They're very okay with themselves. But many other people are not okay with themselves and constantly feel like they need to be more than what they are right now. You might be the kind of person that knows you feel bad about yourself, knows that you have, that you struggle with self-worth, and you might openly talk about it. That means you have an awareness about yourself and an awareness that you're not truly at peace yet. And that's a conversation for another video. But for people that don't really recognize that still feel that sort of low self-worth, but instead of recognizing it and trying to deal with it, they barrel through it and try to cover that up. Those people usually end up being wanters, because instead of trying to go to the source and figure out, why do I feel this way and how can I feel better, They look for external things and people to make them feel better. So that is what wanting is. It is a pursuit of self-worth through things outside ourselves. So instead of looking inward and saying, why do I feel so bad? Why do I feel like I'm not good enough, and trying to work at it, we are then looking outwards and saying, well, if I get this person, I'm going to feel good about myself. Or if I buy, this car, I'm going to feel good about myself. So that's where the wanting has come from, the feeling of not quite being at peace with yourself and not dealing with the fact that you're not at peace. Once you do, you can work to rid yourself of the wanting and the habit to want people that don't want you back. Now, I will recommend that you spend a lot of time thinking about this habit to want and noticing when it arises in you, because if you don't, there are going to be 3 outcomes in your life if you just continue with this habit and don't work on it. The first outcome is that you will be single for the rest of your life, because instead of working at the habit and trying to get rid of it, you'll indulge it. You'll only try to get into a relationship with somebody that doesn't really like you and makes you chase them and doesn't have much interest, because that will fuel the wanting. So the second outcome that could occur is that you do get into a relationship, because in the beginning of a relationship, there is a lot of wanting. You don't know each other, it's exciting, but that passes. And that passes very quickly. The usual time for that fall in love feeling is 18 months. So you could find someone, get married, and then you realize that the wanting starts to dissipate because you're moving into the love phase. Love feels more like a cozy room with a fireplace. It's safe, it's content, it's peaceful. But if you haven't broken that habit to want, that feeling will feel smothering to you. You won't know what to do with it. And you'll either get worried that you have lost interest in your partner, or you'll get resentful because you'll think, you're not fulfilling me the way I thought you were. Like, why do I feel restless? Why do I feel bored? And then the relationship will deteriorate. The last outcome, and I don't know which one is worse, but the last outcome is that you could choose someone that also has a habit to want, which means that you'll stay in a relationship that is very volatile, that is very on and off, because that kind of relationship keeps wanting alive within you. So you could break up and make up constantly. You have to get rid of wanting if you want to get to that next level of really being in love with someone and having them love you. Now, the thing I will recommend is picking up my book, because I talk all about wanting in this book and what you have to do to rid yourself of the habit of wanting. And one tip I will give you is this. I've already talked about how you're not at peace with yourself, and that's where the wanting really stems from. You need to be aware when it arises in you and start to notice the pattern. So let's say you're out and you see someone and they kind of snub you, or they tell you they have a girlfriend, or they give you some sign that they're not going to be very interested in you. Notice if wanting arises from that. Notice that you're feeling pulled towards someone that is telling you in some form or fashion, no, this is not going to happen. Now, if you feel drawn, you have to notice, oh, that's wanting. That's not love. That's not true attraction. This is a mind habit that I have created in myself. I feel like this person that I can't have, or that's putting up a roadblock, is making me feel like they are the key to my peace and salvation. That if I get them, I'm going to feel enhanced. It's an ego boost. So you have to recognize that in yourself when that arises. Notice that you have that attraction and that it's not love. Well, this has been a great video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it's helped you understand that you can change that pattern in your life, that you don't have to continue wanting people that don't seem to like you, and you can actually enjoy the love and interest that someone wants to give you. If you want to hear more about my tips, and this video has been helpful, if this video has been helpful, Find me on Instagram at I am Jess McCann, or go to my website, jessmccann.com, and send me an email. I'd love to hear from you. I also provide one-on-one coaching. So I hope this has been helpful, and I will see you all next time.